your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
80 degrees, not too terribly bad, actually, with a dew point value of 64. That feels good. Relative humidity, 58%. We have an east wind. It's kind of breezy today, coming in at about 15. It'll be breezy through the next few hours and then start to kind of quiet down a little bit as we head into the evening. But still talking about a heat index, 82. But that's all right. I'll take that. It's not 100, which we had last week. The temperature will probably climb another 5 degrees or so and then kind of level off. We'll call it about 85 and then taper off pretty quickly. I think as we head into the sunset hours, we'll be watching that low dew point value kind of give up its heat and allow the temperatures to fall off pretty quickly. So it should be, there might be a little hint of fall in the air tonight as we head into the evening hours. Titan radar, quiet. Don't expect to see much in the way of any kind of echoes popping up here today. As we head back to the west, we will see a lot of rainfall in Texas still. Luckily, a lot of it is pushed a little bit further to the south. We talked about this last week about how north central Texas is going to get a little bit of a break, and that's sort of what's happened here in northwest central Texas. The showers kind of pushing down into the Gulf waters will be monitored here for the eventual development of a low pressure area, non-tropical in nature. It has nothing to do with the tropical weather, but it will develop into a pretty potent little low pressure area and gradually drift toward the east. Another thing it may do is tap into some of the moisture from Willa, a hurricane that's kind of lost a little bit of its energy, but is still a major hurricane. Lifting northward, it'll move into parts of the Mexican coastline here in the next probably 36 to 48 hours, and then gradually cross over the higher mountain ridges of the central parts of Mexico, where it'll basically be destroyed. Its structure will be gone, but the moisture will survive, of course, and that moisture will lift northward up toward the Texas coastline. That low pressure area will tap into it, and eventually the moisture will spread across the entire northern Gulf Coast, and that will allow for some pretty good rainfall, I think, as we head into midweek for anywhere from Louisiana Delta region all the way to the Panhandle, and a chance of rainfall for us as well. And then eventually I think our rain chances will start to climb pretty good as we head into Friday. I think we have a decent chance of seeing some rainfall because the cold front will be pushed through here. The good news is that once that cold front is pushed through, everything's whisked away. Lower dew point air again moves in, some slightly cooler air moves in, and the weekend looks to be just spectacular. So less humid today, fair weather clouds, and then it'll rain a little bit later in the week as that low approaches. Those are the weather highlights. As far as the tropics go, things are pretty quiet here as well. We've got a couple of areas that don't show any signs of development, and closer to home in Gulf waters. Again, we don't have anything going on in the Caribbean, the Gulf, or the near Atlantic that causes us concern, so that's good news. The only player in town really are these two systems over in the Pacific coast. So we'll continue to keep our fingers crossed, of course. There's still got over a month left in hurricane season. Northeast wind coming in at 15 to 20 knots this afternoon. It has been a breezy day so far and will continue to be so as we head into the next couple of hours. In the evening, maybe a little bit quieter, but still choppy conditions on bay and inland waters with 2 to 4 foot seas. We have a 12:02 just about now. High tide, low tide comes at 6:38 this evening. And the forecast looks pretty good for us today. 85, low relative humidity, about the same thing again tomorrow. We'll start factoring in a little chance of rainfall on Wednesday. Return the moisture on Thursday. I think you'll notice the spike in humidity coming your way Thursday night into Friday. And Friday is our best rain chance day of the week at about 60%, and it will be breezy as that front moves through. Once the front moves through, everything clears out, and this upcoming weekend looks spectacular with temperatures hovering around the 80-degree mark. Nighttime lows cool and crisp at about 65, and daytimes plenty of sunshine.